Hello everyone, this is JLove Goes Cartridge, and we are once again back to playing Rose of Winter. Back where we left off, in fact, where we've just gotten out of the cave after finishing the first night on the mountain. First day / night on the mountain. Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going on, so let's go. Once we're ready to go, we venture out of the cave. It snowed a lot overnight. I try not to let it get me down, but the trail we were following is hard to find. On the other hand, considering the horror stories I've heard about Mount Needle, I guess it could be worse. Don't say that, girl, because you're going to just jinx it and it's going to be way worse now. After walking for a few hours, though, I realize the snow's taken us pretty far off course. We're officially lost. Uh-oh. Ahead of us is an open crevasse, deep and jagged, like the stone was torn open by the claws of some giant beast. Excuse me while I keep clearing my throat. I can't see a way to pass it, and we shouldn't have come across it anyway. Not if we were following the path I'd wanted. That's trouble. Feel like swearing yet? No, never. Don't worry, I can figure this out. Let's see. There's no way to make a bridge, not a reliable one anyway. Maybe I could try to leap across and find something on the other side? You're gonna fall and die. I'm bored, this is taking too long. Calm down, little fella. I have a feeling we'll find our way across, somehow. It's nice that you're optimistic, but having a feeling isn't really helping with... Oh my god. Before I can even finish the thought, a terrifying screech shakes me to my core. Rising up over the hills is what looks like a giant owl. Oh my god. Eek! After shrieking in fear, the poor little prince faints dead away. Well, at least he's not going to be having problems here. But I'm glad he's not awake to see the huge bird's vicious talons unfold, or hear the deadly quiet? The deadly quiet of its noiseless wings as it flies right at us. Is that a night rock? But it's the middle of the day. That's impossible. It shouldn't be hunting in daylight. There's no time for questions, though. It's coming right at us. You're not gonna be able to fight that thing, are you? Oh, shit. I have a bad feeling about this. What does this do? I didn't even... I don't know what this does. Is that like quick save, maybe? I don't know. Fucking... I guess we'll find out. Let's fight it. Screw it. I pull up my greatsword, but the night rock is too fast. In one swift motion, it's on top of us, and the sky above me is blocked out by a mass of wings and feathers. Oh shit. In one massive talent, it grabs hold of me and Crow. In the other, it grabs the donkey and the prince. As far as I can tell, it hasn't dug in its claws yet. We can still get out of this alive. It carries us high over the crevasse. Luckily, I have my sword in my free arm, operating on pure instinct and ignoring the sinking feeling in my stomach as we rise up into the air. I strike. My blade digs into the meat of the night rock's left talon, the one grabbing onto me and Crow. The night rock screeches in pain, but so does Crow. Uh-oh. Did the claws dig into him when I attacked? I don't see any blood, but I'm starting to panic all the same. I better not strike again. I can't risk hurting anyone. But if I'm not going to attack again, I have no idea what to do. I wish I'd planned this out better, but then how could I have expected a night rock attack in daylight? Maybe I can wait for it to drop us in its nest and strike quickly at its heart to try to kill it in one blow. My mind is racing, so I hardly notice that the night rock slows its flight and drifts to the ground. What? As soon as the rock passes over the crevasse, it drops us back into the snow, safely on the other side. Then the great bird immediately flies off, disappearing in the cloudy sky. Sorry guys, your roommate knocked on the door. Needed a lip roller? What? Why did it do that? Never mind, I've got to check on the prince first and make sure he's okay. I brush the sweaty hair out of his face and feel for a pulse. Prince Ogandir is still unconscious, but alive and safe. Thank goodness. I don't know how I'd live with myself if something happened. I look around. The night rock is completely gone. The donkey seems fine, if a bit dazed. Crow, however, is lying on the ground, clutching his left hand. What'd I say? Some weird shit's going on. I didn't actually say it, but let's be real, that was way too coincidental to be... That was way too well timed to just be coincidence. Let's just say it that way. Crow, however, is lying on the ground, clutching his left hand. I rush to his side and pull him out of the snow, cradling him in my lap. What? Ain't this a nice situation? Oh, shut up, you're hurt. Gosh, your hand is really bleeding. Is that where it dug its claws in? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. It grabbed you around the waist, so it shouldn't have clawed your hand. An idea is coming to mind, foggy at first, but slowly solidifying around the edges. I cut the night rock on its claw, and Crow cried out in pain when I did, and now his hand is bleeding in the same spot. I know what this means, although I can hardly believe it. You couldn't have... Could you? Ha, you nailed me good with that hit. Don't fret about it, you couldn't have known. I reckon the jig is up now, though. You were possessing that night rock? But why would you do that? To get us across the crevasse, of course. Didn't expect you to be so quick to get a hit in, though. Damn, girl, you're good. Those old royals would be fools to not to make you a knight. That means you're a mage. You were actually possessing a creature of that size? That's incredible. But if my strike on its left talon caused you to get the same cut on your left hand, then that means... He grins up at me and coughs, his voice a little wheezy. My roommate found her other Valentine that I left for her in her drawer near the bathroom sink, so she had to come and say that she loved it. Let's see. Yep, I'm not too good at possessing. A mage skilled in that particular art would know how to keep his soul apart from the night rocks and not take on the same wounds. As you can see, I'm pretty rusty at it, so I took some damage. Ouch. Oof, you really nailed me, darling. It's like he's actually proud that I sliced open his hand. What is he, crazy? He seems mostly okay, though. After a moment, he manages to stand up. His hand is bleeding, but not as badly as I thought. That's a relief. If you're wondering, I know lots of types of magic, but only a little of each. Just enough to be slightly useful in most situations. I dedicate most of my time and energy to mastering one particular magical art, and that one's a real humdinger. It takes up a lot of my attention, so I don't have much left for anything else. But if you're not good at possession, why did you try to use it to get us across the crevasse? Well, like I said, I know just enough to be useful. And hey, you can't say it didn't work. Sorry for not telling you my plan beforehand, by the way. I was kinda hoping to keep up the ruse a little longer. Do me a favor, though, and don't tell the kid. I still need to wait for the right time. You shouldn't tell him at all. Are you kidding me? Maybe you can get away with using magic in the Southern Kingdom if you're careful. But the problem is you're the prince's guardian, and you're a mage, and you haven't been truthful about it. If you tell the prince, people will find out eventually, and there's no telling what his father will do once it gets back to him. So, that means you've got to keep it a secret. Please promise me, Crow. I don't want anything bad happening to you. Rosemary, you do realize you're advising me to lie to the royal family, which is against the law, naturally. I wish you didn't have to do that, but I can't see any way around it. You can't let them lock you away or hurt you. Well now, you've got a wild streak after all. Of course, that's no surprise to me. I knew it as soon as I laid eyes on you. I don't know about that. I just know what's right, is all. You do, more than most folks I've met. And I'm very glad of that. Thank you, Crow. I hope you know I think you're a good person. That's why I really want you to be okay. Well, I can't promise anything except that I'll try. Damn. Wait, what is the magic that you focus on? I want to know that. Ha! Called it! Told you he was lying to us! That's not that it was that hard to figure out. For what it's worth, I am sorry I lied to you. Truly. I guess it's okay. You probably felt like you didn't have much choice, right? Now that I think about it, I should have guessed. Those little tricks you were doing really were magic. Whenever I asked about them, you'd flirt with me to dodge the subject. Rosemary, I may be a lot of things, but I am not a man to use a woman like that. It wasn't part of my plan to sweet-talk you. I just couldn't resist. You really feel that way? Crow doesn't answer, but turns away, to face a large jutting rock. He lifts his hands, and I can see his fingers glow with blue light, the same blue I saw on the cliffside the other night. No point hiding it from you now. I've been drawing these all over the mountain while you weren't looking. Waving his arms in wide arcs, he draws a strange symbol on the rock. The symbol shines with blue light, and my eyes widen. I finally know what was so familiar about this. That's a magical rune, isn't it? I learned a little about them back when I was working with some scholars. Oh, I knew I'd seen something like that before. You know a lot more magical business than I thought you might. Not quite the rude folks take for you, are you? I don't really come across as rude, do I? Anyway, it's like you said. I'm a wanderer. I've seen a lot of things. I don't recognize this particular symbol, though. What's it for? Protection, of course. I can't help but wonder, protection from what? But Crow's not saying anything more, and I don't want to push it when he's already trusted me with so much. What I need to focus on now is making camp for the night, and making sure the little prince is safe and sound. Wait, another convenient cave. Damn. We hole up in a nearby cave. Once the prince comes to, we do a thorough checkup, and he seems alright, if a little subdued after the day's events. Prince Olgandir, do you remember anything? There was a big bird, and you stabbed it and saved us. That's all I can remember, though. I guess that's basically true? Hey now, how about a thank you for the lady who saved your life? Oh my god, he actually said thank you. Look at her face! I love it. Thank you. It doesn't take long for the little prince to fall asleep after dinner, but I have trouble drifting off. Too much on my mind, maybe. I manage to doze for an hour or two and wake again. Prince Olgandir is sleeping like a little angel, but Crow is nowhere to be found. I go to check outside the cave. Crow is sitting a few feet away, surrounded by swirling snow. Goodness, aren't you freezing cold? Not really. Come sit with me, you'll see. As I come closer, I realize he's sitting in a little patch of sunshine and warmth. It must be some kind of spell. The snow doesn't touch him, and around his feet are grass and flowers, fresh like they're blooming in spring. I can even see a patch of stars breaking through the swirling snow clouds right above us. Oh my god, that's adorable. Holy shit. Also, what's with the little, his little crow buddy on his shoulder? Like, come on, guys, you can't just have him there and not say anything. They'll probably see something eventually. The art's also really cute in this game, not gonna lie. I have to sit close to stay in the little springtime spot, but as soon as I'm in, I feel warm and safe. He puts his arm around me and I lean against his chest. Good Jesus. Why am I this is so weird to read this all out loud. I'm just having what? I'm just having a nightcap. Want some? What is nightcap? No, I don't. I mean, I have a rule about not drinking on the job. You don't drink much, do you? Have you even tried it before? What? Don't be silly. Of course I have. Well, actually, no. I just haven't really had the chance yet. I've been on the job an awful lot since I've left the farm. I'm not, weird about it or anything, though. Darling, you don't have to make excuses to me. You don't have to drink if you don't want to. But you should know, it ain't wrong to want to try it. It doesn't make you any less of a good egg. He's been so nice, but for some reason, Crow's words make me well up with some powerful emotion, one I can't name. I try to distract myself by looking away, but the way the magical light hits the grass, it looks like the garden back home in the heat of summertime. My heart hurts to see it. I'm not that good. Oh, don't start with that. I ain't known you 2 days, and I can already tell you're better than most folks I meet. But I left my whole family to go gallivanting around pretending to be a knight. Mother and father are getting older, and now they have to handle the farm themselves. I left them. I abandoned them. I'll bet they wanted you to go follow your heart. That's what they said, but they're my parents, so they have to say nice things like that. Parents don't always say nice things. I reckon yours meant what they said. And maybe it's a hunch, but I think you're like me. We're cut from the same cloth. Folks like us won't be happy spending our whole life in one spot, never knowing anything else. You would have shriveled up like a daisy in a drought if you stayed. So when you left, you were doing something nice for yourself. That counts as a good deed, in my book. Crow thinks I'm like him? The thought makes me feel warm inside, but I don't know if I believe it. He seems so wild and mysterious to me. Could we really be the same kind of person? I'm not sure, but maybe I'd like to find out. Oh, okay. So I have a feeling. So here's the thing. I'm really worried that if I have her take a drink with him, that something bad is going to happen to the prince and then shit's gonna go down. But I'm also worried that if we don't have a drink... No, we're not gonna have a drink. You're gonna stick to your guns, dear. That's nice of you to say, but I still think I'll pass on that drink, though. It's actually just hot cider, but my advice about being good still stands. It's not even alcohol? You like keeping secrets, don't you? I guess I've got a few to keep. I wouldn't mind telling you a few more. Maybe I'm a damn fool to do it, but I trust you. Well, I'm glad. I want you to trust me. Yeah? And why exactly do you want me to do that? There's a soft but measured tone to his voice that catches me off guard. A shiver runs up my spine, and I suddenly feel like whatever I say next might be important. Because I like you, and I think I trust you, too. Jeez. This is like the cheesiest, sappy shit, but like I'm totally into it. I don't even care. Suddenly I want you all to know that my roommates are here, so if they can hear me saying this from my room, they're probably like, what the hell is Jayla playing? Suddenly his face is close to mine. I shiver all over, even though it's warm here in our little bubble. Before I know it, he's kissing me. Fucking... I did good, guys! At first I tense up in surprise, but he's so gentle and sweet, and his mouth- oh my god, this is like really fucking bad. Holy shit! And his mouth is- not in a bad way, by the way, like I really- this probably isn't the best place to admit this, but I read a hella fanfic. So this is nothing new to me. I'm just reading this out loud. And his mouth is so unexpectedly soft. I relax into him. Soon my hands are- oh my god, what's happening? Jayla is dead. Soon my hands are stroking his face, feeling the scratch of his stubble and the strong curve of his jaw. I feel his hand on my thigh and pull myself closer. I don't want any space between us. Oh my god, this is the fucking weirdest. After a few warm, breathless moments, we pull apart to look at each other. I keep my hands on him, as if he'll fall away if I don't hold on. Don't laugh, but I've never done that before. That was my, first kiss. Darling, I would never laugh at you. So, I'm not sure how to do this. Should we go back to the cave? Oh, I don't know. It's nice out here, ain't it? Yes, it is. Let's stay a little longer. Crow lifts his hand and strokes my face with his rough, calloused fingers. There's something sad in his eyes. Or am I imagining it? What are you thinking about? Just how lucky I am to be here. Of all the places and times in the world, I'm right here, right now. Crow... well, we stay out together for a little while longer. There's a few more things I've never done before. Oh my god! And Crow is happy to show them to me. Please do not... okay. I wake up early the next morning. Oh my god. No, okay. We're stopping here for now. Holy shit. We're stopping here. We're gonna take a break. I need to get more water because I've been talking a lot in these videos. It's fine. This is great. No, this is actually a really good game. And I'm really invested. I don't know why. You guys have just met. Why is this so good? I usually have something against the, like, the quote-unquote Disney romance where it's like, you've just met. Oh shit, you're like, kind of falling in love. Oh shit, you guys like each other. You're kissing. What's happened? You guys just met. But, like, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Also, like, honestly, though, 100% the art style is really cute for this game. Like, I can't resist that, so, well... but yeah, we'll take a break here, yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have been enjoying this as much as I have. I hope you guys have been enjoying me, basically stumbling through the quote-unquote, like, awkward parts, because I'm just a really awkward person, but this is fine. I hope my roommates are getting a good laugh out of hearing me do all this from, like, outside my room. But yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!